Hi guys, it's Stephanie, and I'm here today to do a video addressing some comments and questions that I've received on one of my more popular videos titled 45-Pound Weight Gain Since My 28-Day Juice Fast. And let's see, so the first thing I want to say was a lot of people have had issues with the title and saying that it's misleading. So I just wanted to clarify that the word since can oftentimes be interchanged with the word because, and I'm not using it that way. I'm using the word since as in like the time between the juice fast and then the time that I did that video. So since my 28-day juice fast, I gained 45 pounds. You know, it's just like I'm using it as you know, time, not the reason because. So anyway, I'm not saying that juice fasts are good, and I'm not saying that juice fasts are bad. I'm just letting you guys know that this was my experience. This is what happened to me. You know, I'm not here to tell you guys this is the right way to do things or this is the wrong way to do things or whatever. I'm not your doctor, therapist, nutritionist, personal trainer, whatever. I mean, there's so many different things that are going to work for different people. There's a lot of things that work for you that might not work for me, but this is just my story. That's what I'm here to do, is share my story. So there's that. Let's see, what else? So the other thing that I want to talk about is, you know, a lot of people telling me that I just need to get educated on nutrition and take a class, like take a health class or take a nutrition class so that I really understand what's going on, eat right, exercise, and there's no problem. Like, you'll be exactly where you want to be weight-wise and health-wise, whatever. So yes, I understand that, and obviously that it's a little bit more complicated than just that, or we wouldn't have the obesity epidemic that we do here where we live. So it's not just educating yourself. There's just a lot more that goes into that, and so I just wanted to give briefly a little bit of background history of me and my experience with health and fitness and wellness and all of that. So I haven't always been overweight. I was a ballet dancer from the age of 5 to the age of 20. I danced as a teenager. I was performing and touring with a professional ballet company, and I was very fit. I was 5'4" and a very muscular 115, 120 pounds. You know, I was dancing 6 days a week, 4 to 5 hours a day, depending on the day, and you know, I spent my childhood and all growing up very fit. Unfortunately, I also, part of the dance world was being very overcritical of ourselves and constantly striving to be thinner, yet not lose our strength because it was very physically demanding. No matter what I weighed, my instructors told me I could always be 5 pounds lighter. So, you know, that really kind of messed with my head growing up. You know, like as you're becoming an adult, you're going through puberty, adolescence, all of that, which are hard times anyway, and then you have somebody hours and hours a day telling you that you're not good enough and that you're not thin enough, and that, you know, like they were already, you know, talking to us about dieting at age 10. You know, so there was a lot of psychological damage that happened to us girls. You know, there were a lot of girls in my class that were bulimic or anorexic, and fortunately I was always more concerned about being healthy than being thin, so you know, I never fell into any of that. But anyway, there's a lot more to it, and you know, I had these weird issues, which I didn't even discover this until like a few months ago, really. Some food issues that I had. You know, I grew up with 3 brothers, and I would see them eating whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, and, you know, it just wasn't a concern whether they gained weight or lost weight. And I don't even think that I had a perception of them, like whether they were thin or fat or what they were. But the idea was that they were good enough to have that food, and that I wasn't good enough or else I would gain weight. So I wasn't worthy of having that food. And when I went on the fast, what I realized is that it like pulled up all these like the food deprivation part of the fast. It triggered all of these feelings that that I used to have, that I put value on food, like how, like my self-worth based on, you know, what I allowed myself to have or what I could or couldn't have. I don't even know if I'm explaining it right. It made so much sense. I mean, it makes sense to me in my own mind. So then after the fast, I found myself having all these really bizarre cravings for things that I would see my brothers eating in childhood, you know, like weird things like Doritos or cup of noodles, or, you know, like just these foods that I hadn't thought about in years or had any desire for, but it just like, there's something that was going on in my brain that like triggered all these old things. And then so most of the time I would try and curb these cravings by, you know, maybe healthier versions of them, even though they're still, you know, they're not really. I mean, whether you're getting Doritos or organic corn chips, I mean, I guess at least you're not eating like GMOs, but you know, I don't know. I would try and satisfy the cravings with healthier alternatives when I could, but it just I started eating things to make myself feel better, and I realized that I was substituting food for this lack of self-esteem and self-worth that I had. Yeah, it's like this weird thing that I've got that was like part of my person as I developed, you know, and so I think it's important that I recognize that, but I'll have to see if I can figure out how to work through that now. But anyway, so, you know, I just wanted to say that there's a lot more than just knowing what to eat and knowing how to exercise and then just doing it. You know, there's a lot more that stands in the way. And many of the comments were not very nice to me and telling me that I was ignorant and stupid and don't you know, you just do this and then you have the body that you want. But yeah, it's not that simple for everybody. So I'm hoping that, I'm sure that there are other people that can relate to that sort of thing, even if it's not as specific as that. So anyway, I just wanted to leave with a really nice comment that somebody gave to me. You know, I had this one comment, somebody wondering, like, what is my point? And that, you know, I should wait until I've succeeded and then share it with the world. And, you know, that's not what this is about. You know, I do this because I enjoy connecting with other people. I enjoy sharing myself with others, and I like hearing your stories. And, you know, it's like asking, why do you go out with your friends? Well, because it feels good, because I like to share myself with people. I like to hear their stories about their day. I like to hear about their family. I like to share them, you know, share with them stories about mine. And, you know, we do it because it's fun. And, you know, and I'm sure on some level, you know, it can be inspiring to some people or, you know, comforting to others. Like Madeline Osborne, for example, thank you for your comment. She says, Stephanie, please don't let the negative comments affect you. As you've discovered, keeping the weight off can be harder than losing it. You're being proactive. You're not looking the other way. You'll find your own balance. It will just take a while. You are great motivation for me. Thank you for sharing your ups and downs. It makes me feel I'm not alone in my struggles. So that's why I'm doing this, because of people like that. People like to connect with other people, especially that are going through the same things. You know, like I might not succeed at everything that I do. I'm going to fail sometimes. And, you know, there might be somebody else that tried something and failed and felt like really horrible about it because maybe they were the only ones. And then they find me and, you know, see what I've done and that I've like tried something multiple times and it's not working for me, so I'm going to try something a little bit different and a little bit different, and they'll realize that they're not alone. And, you know, that can be comforting and reassuring and inspiring. So, yeah, I'm not here to tell you how to do things. I'm just here to connect with you and you know, just have a good time. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to do some recipe videos. I know I keep saying that, but I totally am. So stay tuned, and comment and leave questions, and subscribe if you want to see more and not miss out on the updates. So thanks again. Bye.